definitely watch it. Alrighty, you guys. So my name is Janey Bodie. I am the leader of this team. I am so blessed for all of you to, to have trusted whoever brought you here and to start trading with us. I have to tell you, this is beyond a blessing. I've never seen anything that is worth learning like this one. And you taking time to even be here today is just a testimony of showing that you're interested in getting to learn this thing, because I got to tell you, when you nail this thing, there's money to be made. There's really money to be made. So without further ado, I will pull up and kind of talk quickly about the broker in case you're brand new. But we're going to fly through that. And I'm going to be sharing my screen. We're going to talk about how the broker looks like. And then we will take it. We will attempt to take a trade. I am trying to get to chat out a trade and take the 7:30 trade. If you are part of HFX, you're going to know that we take trades every half hour, every hour, and every 45 minutes. I've also learned recently that the 1 hour, trade seems to be super. It's not the best. It's not the best. It's still good to take the 1 hour trade, but if you can just stick to 45 minutes and 30 minutes, that's usually where the sweet point is. All right, so the first thing we're going to talk about is how to take a trade. It's very simple. If you have a broker like this, all you have to do is obviously listen to the trader. You're going to look at the currency, and the trader is going to tell you which currency they're going to be looking at. And all you have to do is click on the currency, click on the minutes, and most of the time we usually take 3 minutes trades. And then what else you're going to be clicking on is just the number of the amount of money, which usually should be 3% of your entire account, 2% of your entire account, and you just wait for the call or put button. You may hear somebody say, take the up arrow or take the down arrow. It's the same thing. Some traders have now started using the official terminology, which is bearish. Bearish is put. So think about bear. A bear is put, and bull is call. Okay. So in case anybody says take the up arrow, it means call. If they say the market is bullish, then you are wanting to take the call, and then put is bearish. So that's just, those are just basics, right? So the way I like to take my trades honestly is I use TradingView. TradingView is a free software. However, if you want all the bells and whistles, you would have to purchase the paid one. The unpaid one, the free version, comes with only one alert. And you're going to understand why an alert is super important, because this is how I personally trade. If I want to trade, this is exactly what I do. But before we do that, I want to introduce you guys to something we call currency strength. There goes an alert, 409. Just give me 2 seconds. Let me see what's happening with EU. Okay, it's an old one. Okay, so the reason why we bring this up, currency strength, and you can find it by going to livecharts.co.uk, is we want to find out if we're going to buy or sell the market. So if the second currency, okay, so let's see. The two trades that look to be viable trades, actually 3 trades look to be viable, are Euro USD, Euro JPY, and AUD USD. And the reason why is we are trying to find pairs that have a little bit of a distance between themselves. How do we know that? The strength is determined by how many blocks these currencies have. And so Euro USD has at least 2 more blocks. There's a little bit of a variance between Euro USD and Euro JPY, and also odd USD. So, and you can unmute yourself if you know the answer to this, because this is going to help a lot of new people. If you have Euro USD, are you going to be buying or selling this currency?
Buying.
Awesome. How about odd USD? Odd.
Buying.
Selling.
JPY?
Buying.
Buying. Okay. Is there anybody on here that does not understand what just happened? Please voice yourself. This is a learning experience, and I want you guys.
Yes, please.
Yes, please. Yeah.
Okay. So when the second currency, so we're trying to look at Euro USD. If the second currency mentioned has less strength, that means that this is going to be a buy. If the second currency, Euro USD, has less strength, that means that this, when you look at these pairs,
Yes.
you're going to be buying, you're going to be clicking the call button if everything aligns. Okay?
Yes.
So if we were doing, and this is just a different example and it doesn't even exist. If it was Euro AUD, okay? We would be doing a put because this one has more bars to it. Okay? So the reason why everybody say the buy is because if you look at Euro USD, this one has less bars. It's a second currency. So it's a call. Euro JPY, a call. Okay? Odd USD, a call. Awesome. Alrighty. So we know now.
One more question. So how, when you look at those bars and then you want to pick the one that you're gonna be using to trade. So do you just pick randomly, or do you pick the smallest and the biggest ones so that you get those differences, and then it will make much more difference? Yeah, so you have to be familiar with the pairs. And so one way of getting familiar with the pairs, like, you know how I say it, like a Euro odd is not a real pair? It's because I know it doesn't exist in cash wrap. Okay. Euro what? Euro odd. I don't think it exists here. At least it's not a pair I'm familiar with. And honestly, like, if you want to know like some of the fundamental stuff, let me send you somewhere. Like if you get confused about everything, like what's going on, you come into the sessions, you don't understand what's happening. I have to tell you the good news. We have an environment here that you need to go study. It's called im.center. And then you're going to come into im.center and go into academies. Okay. Otherwise, you're always going to be lost because you don't know the fundamentals. Okay. So when you come into academies, come under HFX. Okay. When you come under HFX, it's going to explain everything. What is trading? Trading sessions, market participants, what's a broker? All those basic stuff. If you study this whole thing, if you study all this thing, if you find yourself like having technical questions, you need to come here. You need to come here and start studying this slowly by slowly. The videos are short, 6 minutes, 5 minutes, 11 minutes. So you need to do yourself a service and please come and study this. If you don't understand the fundamentals, it's really going to help you because now it starts to make sense. Okay? Okay. Yeah. So make sure you go in here and start looking through. If somebody says stochastic, you're like, I got this. I know what it is. I went to the academies, you know. Otherwise, it's going to be like always gibberish. Okay? So if you have not done this, it's recommended on my website. Please do so. That actually reminds me. Another thing that I always tell people, and I always know if you have not gone through this through this website, is please make sure that you have mastered everything under this website, janeybody.com/trading. If you have not done it, I will know by the questions you ask. Okay. So just make sure, give yourself time, sit down, go through this, understand what this is, you know, just read through it. Please read through it. And especially this part, especially when you start trading for beginners. Trading for beginners. If you're not understanding how to take a trade, I know you have not gone through this. It's a checklist. You really have not gone through this checklist. You have not mastered it at all. I know that for a fact, and it's so important for you to do so. Okay. So there's this checklist that this is how we make money. If you master this, you're going to make money. And this is what exactly we're going to use. So if you have not downloaded this and mastered this, memorized this, like you're having KCPE tomorrow, you need to do it today, because this is where the money is. Okay. Alrighty. So now we know Euro USD, Euro JPY. So for me, usually what I do is I write them down. Euro USD, call. And then I write Euro JPY, call. And then odd USD. That's another call. Okay. So another thing I like to do is I cheat. So now I know I have 3 contenders, right? Based on strength. What I'm going to do, honestly, I'm going to come into Hourglass. Let me show you what I do. And I try to see, I know there are 3 currency pairs, right? I try to see which one is closest to the RSI and stochastic, depending on the time. We have 15 minutes. I ask myself, within the next 15 minutes, is there a, why is JPY like this? I don't even like this. It's 0. That makes me uneasy. I'm not going to be trading Euro JPY. I can tell you that, because I don't know why it would be 0. How can you not have anything? Okay. You already have eliminated Euro JPY because it makes me uneasy for a currency to show 0. I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but I'm not touching that. So that leaves me with Euro USD and odd USD. So my question to myself is this. In the next 15 minutes, do I think that this currency is going to ride all the way to the stochastic and RSI to be on the green? Because I know in order for me to trade and be successful, I need this graph to be right here on the green and this graph to be here on the green. How do I know that? janeybody.com/trading, my checklist. My checklist says this. Is a stochastic and RSI around the green line pointing up on cash trap? Is the stochastic and RSI around the green line pointing up? Right? So we're hoping that this currency is strong enough to ride all the way down. So by the time in the next 10 minutes, which makes that how many candles? 2 candles, we would have gotten to where we need to be. And there's a possibility, right? How did I know it's 2 candles? Each candle here is 5 minutes, right? So there's 1 more candle in the second candle. So we're hoping that by the time we graph this whole thing, we're going to be right here on the bottom. So let's also do that for odd USD. Let's look at odd USD. Odd USD is very fast. It kind of creeps me out. But just let's look at it.
Hi,
this one moves faster. Okay. So I will look at that again. And also it's on the top, right? It's on the sell. And as you can see the strength, it's 87.27. So I know this is supposed to be a buy market. And so we're hoping by the time we graph it out, we can come back at 7:30 and take the trade. So how do we graph this out? We go to Trading space, trading view, trading space. Trading space used to be. Trading space used to be a TLC program. How does that come into my head? So I'm just going to take out some of the alerts I had throughout the day, because what I do is I trap the market. I put traps in the morning, and if I see a good trade, it's going to alert me. And I'm going to show you how to do that very quickly. Okay. I already have another video that I did on my YouTube video. So if I go too fast, because we're rushing to take this trade, I'm also going to leave room at the end for you guys to ask questions. But let's see if we can take a trade, okay? All right. So Euro USD. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go a day before. I'm going to try to see what's happening in the market. Okay. Let me see if I can clean this up. That way I know like what's what, right? Okay. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to find the previous candle. This is just a rule. I'm going to find the previous candle, and I'm going to go into my trend lines, my trend tools. Okay. I'm going to grab the horizontal line. Okay. I do know that when I'm trying to buy, I want to mark out the bottom of the candle. It's just a rule. So it's just a rule. I'm going to use the blue color. Okay. I'm going to do the same thing to mark the bottom of this. Let me expand this a little bit. That way we can be more accurate. So this is a day before. What is the market doing a day before? We're trying to see what was the support lines, right? I'm going to come back here and I'm going to tell me what the market was doing an hour ago. Okay. So I'm going to grab my tool again, and I'm going to look for shoot, I just do that by mistake. I'm going to look for the previous candle an hour ago. Okay. I'm going to mark the bottom. I'm going to grab my line again. I'm going to mark the bottom. What I'm trying to do, if you're brand new to this, I'm just trying to look for entry points. So this is EU. I'm going to say that 1 hour ago, the support was at 399 and support was at 393. I'm just putting that down. I don't even know if this is going to be a good entry or not. And then I'm going to look at the market in 15 minutes. Okay. If you look very closely, the line that I drew previously is already coming through for me. If you look right here, this is a support that has automatically been put in for me by even Cabra. And it looks like where we drew manually is actually a very good entry point. Because I didn't even touch this at the 15-minute level. And the line came from the 1 hour, telling me that, guess what, Janey? This is actually a good entry point. See that? It came in, it transferred all the way there. So anything that aligns from the 1 hour to the 15 minutes is a potential good entry point. So we have 393, 399, and because this one is here on the 15 minutes, I'm also going to add it. Okay. This is a little bit advanced, you guys. You don't need all this to be able to trade, but this is just this is the way I do it. So now I have another entry point of 396. Okay. How do you find the even Cabra? How did these points get drawn in for me? These support lines. All you have to do is, if you're brand new, you go into the formula. Okay. And then you're going to search and type in strategy. Oh, strategy. Even Cabra. We're almost running out of time. Even Cabra, strategy 2. So if you select it for the first time, it's always going to come in, especially when you hit the 15 minutes. Okay. Now we know the 15 minutes potential entry points for EU, and we also know the potential entry points for the 15 minutes. Now we are curious, 5 minutes. What does the market look like? Guess what? It's triple confirming. It's still going through those very strong areas. So now we know that there is a possibility that if we look at EU, we are looking for 393, any line, anywhere entry points from 393 to 399 would be good entry points. So now what I'll do here is, instead of, like keep looking at the market, I'll just put markers here. Okay. I'll just put my alarms here. This one is 399. Okay. I'll just do that. I'm gonna create that. And now I have to move fast because I gotta mark the other one. What is this one? 396. And I can explain this a little bit slower once we take the trade. Okay. And I want you to take this in your demo trade, demo environment. But I want everybody to take this trade on your demo environment. 397. Oh, I'm stupid. What is this? 393. Okay. So EU is marked up. So now we're just gonna wait for the alarm to go off. Because this thing, I noticed if you don't have it completely in a separate window, it doesn't go off. So I'm gonna put it up there. You know what? Let me just put it. All right. So we're gonna do AUD. Okay. Very quickly. And it's frozen. Oh, you know what? Why am I even doing that? I have it here. Okay. So this one, I'm just gonna cut a shortcut because I've already shown you guys how to do it. Okay. So I believe that entry points might be this ones. AUD, I'm thinking 969. And honestly, we don't know if we're gonna hit it by half an hour. It might be the 45-minute candle, okay? But we know for a fact these are good entry points. They might be later. 965. And then let's see what we're seeing on the 1 hour. The 1 hour looks like it's still cutting through where we need to be cutting through. Okay, so now we basically wait. What did I say? 969 and 965. So now we wait. Now we wait. So what I'll do here is we're just gonna come over here and kind of just see in cash trap and kind of just see where the market is, right? It might not be at 7:30. 7:30 is in 2 minutes. It might be at the next candle, the 45. Okay, look at what has just happened. This thing has flipped on us. This thing has flipped on us. But guess what? It's actually buying right now, this minute. I'm going to take this trade, Euro USD. And it looks like it's entering at 424, which is a little higher than I would like. Let's see where the graph is. Euro USD. Yeah, I won't even take that. So the lowest it went was 429 instead of the 396. The 396 is a stronger entry.
So you could take this and clear, but you're playing around with fire because look at the currency strength. Just gonna take it it went. It still went, but look at what could happen to you. The currency strength increased. You see that? So is this a good, oh my God, why is it changing like that? Look at that, guys.
Jenny.
Yeah.
There is news also at 7:30 on a European currency, I mean Japanese, so I don't know if that might be.
Yeah. So I myself would not have taken this one because I really wanted to go down to 390, between 396, 393 areas. Did it buy? It did buy. But it's just too close. I would not take this. I would not take that. So JPY, there's news in JPY. Yeah, so we were just taking the Euro USD. So I don't think it would affect it. So the lowest it got was 423. Okay. So I'm imagining the 745 candle is what's going to bring it down, but let's just wait. Let's just wait in here and see what it says. But I don't think the Japanese, oh, Felista took it and cleared. She's a risk taker. Okay, it's coming down, by the way, you guys. It's coming down, it's coming down, it's coming down. It's coming down. She cleared, it's coming down. Yeah, I would take it lower. So essentially that's what you do. So you may have, and if you look, it's only a 3 score, right? You may have, and I wouldn't touch this. It's just too close. The currency strength. Fast sniper. So yeah, so that's basically what you do, right? I mean, could you have taken this trade? Yes. Is it risky? It's very risky. Can you clear? Absolutely. Absolutely, you can clear. Okay. It didn't get to where we needed it to get to. So I personally would not have taken this one. But can you take? Yeah, cash drop is telling you it's a 3-pointer. We always like cash drop to be 4 or above, right? So that is how you do that. So I have a feeling that it probably might come down by the next 2 candles. So by 7:45, we might be able to enter with those lower entries. So let's see here. Any questions so far? Any questions? Did anybody else take that trade? Even with the currency strength like that? In demo?
No.
No, nobody else took. Okay.
Only
Yeah.
Sniper did.
Sniper fingers. Yeah. Yeah. So when you start to see like the currency changing strengths like this, when they're too close, this thing can flip on you anytime. It can just change directions at any time. Okay. And so I personally would just wait for the other ones, the Euro USD, the entry points that we mapped out, because those seem to be a little bit stronger. It might take a little bit time to mature, and that's the reason why Kenry always tells us to be patient. You know, that way you can take a trade when it's good. Let me see if it's coming down a little bit. Stuck at 39. Actually, I think my broker is frozen. My broker froze. My broker froze. So let's see if it went down a little bit. So, any questions so far? For 45. So it's gonna put, and then it should write back down. Okay. Let's see what cash is telling us here.
Yeah, so cash wrap is thinking that it's going to be around 389 area. Cash wrap is usually off a little bit versus the trading view and the broker. So this is what we're looking for. Only the super snipers. All right. Any questions, you guys?
Yes, I have a question.
Yeah.
So we have a couple of different entry points,
Yeah.
393, 397, and cash trap is giving us 389. Like the other day, I remember when Henry was trading with us and he gave us a couple of entry points. And then, so when you take those trades, let's say if you take the first one,
Yeah.
then the next one is still there, and then you come to that entry point. So you are able to take those entry points, like just click and then click the next one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're asking about the 3 trades I took that day?
Yes, please.
I wouldn't even recommend it. I wouldn't recommend for anybody to take that because that's very risky. So you're putting, you're believing that trade is going to pay you to start with by taking one trade. And then you're believing it's going to pay you 3 times, right?
Yes.
So it's a very risky move to do, but I will answer your question. So if let's say, you know how I said I'm looking at 393 all the way to 399?
Yes.
Okay. So if it starts out at, what happened that day for me was this. I saw, I'm going to say at 399. I saw a very high entry point, and Henry had already mentioned that if it comes to this, it's a good entry. But he had also given us lower entries. So what happened to me was I clicked on the highest entry to start with. And then because I know if it's a call, if it goes lower, I have a probability of being more successful with a lower entry because we buy low, right? Remember the shopkeeper example I gave you guys?
Yes.
When you're a shopkeeper, when you buy, you want to buy as cheap as possible, as low as possible, right? That way, when you sell it, you can sell it to the highest price, right? As high as possible. So we know when you have a call or you're dealing with a bullish market, what you want to do is you want to get in as low as possible. And so I saw those other 2 lower entries. And so I clicked them, but I also had the other one on the top. I did not think I was going to clear all of them. I was just saying, okay, in case I don't clear my top entry, at least I have 2 more that are lower than that. Okay, so that's what I was banking on.
And that's within your 3 minutes?
Yeah, I did it all within 3 minutes.
Okay.
It's called a super snooper sniper.
Time I also did that, and I was good. I got them right. So, and then when the last time I saw you did the same, and I thought maybe it's a good thing to do it when you have a couple of entries, just click them and then wait again. And then as it goes to the next level, you click it and you make more money. But yeah, I think I was really afraid when I was clicking on them too.
It's a very risky maneuver. It's a very risky maneuver, very risky, because the rules are simple. Just take one trade.
Yeah, I was like, where did I learn this? I just learned something on my own and I'm doing it and I'm making money. But I was like, no, this is, I don't think this is right. And where did I learn it? So
yeah, it's very risky. If you're successful with it, good.
Don't do it again.
Do it again. Just know if you lose 3 times.
I know, it's scary.
So what's happening when you're doing those 3 in those 3 minutes, your broker? Are you getting charged 3 times?
Yeah.
Yes.
So you're entering one trade 3 times. So if you put in 500, you've put 1,500.
Yeah.
You put 1,500 on one trade, which is super risky. Because if, let's say, the market flips
then you're in trouble,
Mm.
right?
Yeah.
So yeah, it
So
becomes
another
very
question.
risky. Yeah.
Sorry, I don't know if anybody wants to go or I have questions because I'm still learning. So yeah, I
20
was
people in here. Come on, you guys, ask questions, man.
yeah, so I was trading with also Millie, and I don't know if anybody else is trading with her, and maybe they've experienced this or they can answer it for me. So when she gives the entry points, and then she will give a different entry point again, depending with how the market is moving. And then it will retest. Sometimes again, some people will clear. I've realized most of the time I'm behind, so mine didn't get there, so I didn't clear, so I'm still waiting. And then after a while, she will just start saying it's retesting the same area. So when the market is retesting the same exact point that she mentioned, is that a point for me to take a trade?
I don't trade with Millie, so I'm just gonna take a guess of what she means. Honestly,
Anybody
I
else
like,
is on the call and can help us, please.
huh?
I'm just saying if anybody's on the call and knows like what I'm talking about or what I'm asking, they can also help me with that fact.
Okay, anybody wants to comment on that?
Yes, I think I have traded with her a few times, and I think what she's saying is, so for example, the zone that you, Janey, you just told us for Euro USD, the 393 or 394, that's a support, right? Like it's
Yeah.
down there. So when the price hits that support, it could stay there for a while and either bounce back up or break through that support and keep going down. So to me, I think that's what she means. She means like, oh, you know, she had called the zone, but then now the price is like kind of up and down right around that place, and it could go either way. That's what I think she means.
Retesting, yeah. That sounds about right. That's what I would say. And then you wanting to take another trade, honestly, I would say at this point in your trading game, I would just take one trade per pair. Just take one. And if the one you're on is not going your way and you've done your 2 rollovers and it's not going your way, just leave it alone. Just one trade, because if you put 3 trades on one, put three times the amount of money in one trade, and that trade doesn't go your way, you're losing 3 times as much, right?
Yes.
For me, what I would recommend, at least right now, because we're still all learning, just take one trade per trade, one entry per trade. Of course, if it's Kendry and you know how to snipe a finger, you can go for it. I mean, I trust Kendry with everything I got, so I can do that, right? But for me, especially if I'm trading by myself, I only take one trade, only one, and I do 2 rollovers and then I'm done. Honestly, I don't care if that trade was gonna clear at my 3rd rollover. I am done. It's over. It's done. I have a rule. I'm disciplined to it, and I stick to it.
Okay.
Okay. So it looks like the points that we looked at earlier on, they're probably going to take another 5 minutes to get to it. But I do know they're very good supports. It's not going to be at the 45 for sure. And this is why I now know, this is why it takes a little bit of time for Kendry to have trades, but when he has them, well, that was actually a good one. But this is good, but look at the volume. You see these little dots?
The reason why this did not show up on our trading view, this trade, even though you see how it took off like that? There's no volume in the market. When you see little specks of bars here, it means there's no volume in the market, and you don't want to be trading right now. And that's the reason why our support zones are not even there, because they have not matured yet. Because this, even though it went up and maybe somebody would have cleared through that, it's still very dangerous. Can you take it? Of course you can take it, but there's no volume in the market. So those might be entry points that we can save for later. I'm gonna save them. If I see those and I take them later on, I will let you know if I was successful with them. So how do you check for volume? You go to finviz.com, and this is the way you know if there's volume. So you see Australian dollar has a little bit of volume there, but the rest of the US, Japanese, Euro, they barely have any volume. What does this really volume mean? It means that there's not a lot of people trading at this point. So the market is moving very, very slow, and you want to trade when the big dogs are trading. Yeah. So when you see the volume being this low and the market moving so slow, because usually on like later on today, maybe around 10 o'clock, these movements are going to be quicker. These movements are going to be quicker, especially like if you stay up until 1 o'clock Central Time, you're going to notice that, and I'm not telling anybody to do that, you're going to notice that these rounds are going faster. You know, it goes up and down, it goes up and down, it goes up and down a little faster. So I'm thinking this is probably going to be the 1 hour, like the 1 hour candle. I don't even know if we're going to get there though, because it looks like the latest support is 424 at this point, instead of this 396. Did you guys see where we got the 396 from? Trading view, you still see it in cash trap. You see here? Oh, you see it? This is still a support zone. So if we drew a line here in cash trap, you will still be able to get it. Let me see if I can. See, that is still the same support zones. Okay. Let's see what else. So meanwhile, we'll just look at cash trap and see if there's anything else we can take. I think we say 396. This is 390. This would be the quickest way. 393. This is the other one. So these are the entry points that we saw earlier on, but obviously the market has moved up. So unless it comes down this way, those will be the good support lines that we had. Any input, anybody looking at this and seeing it in a different way? Anybody that has been studying this the same time as me? Star, what is your take on the analysis that we did today? I don't know if Star can speak or not.
Oh, I have a question.
Yeah.
So does this same thing applies to, like, if you're using a demo account, which I know most of us are still learning. So can someone make an entry, as the educators are, teaching, or like when they are on live sessions, can someone use a demo account to take an entry?
Absolutely, yes. In fact, that's what we recommend. You should be using your demo account when you're brand new with the educator until you get it. Until you get it, yeah. Absolutely, 100%.
Okay, and also I know, so when you take an entry, how long okay, they probably will explain, say you buy like that you said 390 something. How long does it take for you to sell that, or the market would tell you? Because I know the numbers are sometimes going so fast. How do you know? And I know you're speaking about 30 minutes or 45 minutes. How do you know where to put or sell?
Yeah. Yeah. So what we were marking out with TradingView, that's what we were trying to figure out.
Oh,
So you see how we marked out the 393 to 399 areas. Those are the areas we need to wait for if we want a perfect entry. So that's where we know those are the areas roughly. Yeah. And then your other question is, how do you know how many minutes? Our trades are 3 minutes.
Oh.
So what I would recommend for you to do is to make sure that you listen to Taylor Marx's videos. And it's this one here. Let me show you real quick. So just go to my website, janeybody.com/trading, and you're going to navigate to these videos here. It's under step 3. And you want to listen to this video series. It's on the 8th of September. Listen to him over and over and over. And it's going to start to make sense on how we take our trades. But essentially what we just did, he does that. But for him, I noticed that sometimes he rides the market in the opposite direction. And we could do that. I mean, in fact, if anything, we could try to do that, but we're not going to be getting the perfect entries. I've seen them do it all the time. Even when Matthew Thayer was teaching, he would basically probably take this trade, right? Even though the volume is low, let's see, UJ. But for us, the way we've been trained, yeah, this is actually not a bad trade. The way we've been trained, we look for perfect entry trades, but this is actually a really good trade, but it's already gone by a little bit. It didn't touch the RSI, but it touched the stochastic. But this would have been a good entry. It's just that we didn't look at it. You see how the market changes so fast? Early on, when we looked at it, there was no volume at all. There was the currency strength was gone. But this would have been a good trade we could have taken. Let me see where it is. 372. Let's see how far it's gone. PJ.
So between the buying and the selling, it just depends on how the market is behaving.
Yeah. So it just depends on the strengths of the two currencies that you're looking at.
Okay.
Yeah. Alrighty, you guys, we did not get to take a live trade, but I'm going to save my entry points. I am 100% sure they're going to come to that. I am 100% sure they're going to come to that. And if they come to that when I'm still awake today, I'm going to take them and post them on Telegram. But definitely the market is switching on us so quickly. So if you decide to take those trades, please triple check yourself and make sure that the currency strength are still, good, because as you can see, they're changing. And now USD JPY is now a contender now. I personally, I'm going to map it out right now and put it as a potential trade for later on. So based on the strength that it has right now, it's a call. So what I'll do is I'm going to come in here and I'm going to map it out. If any of these trades mature tonight, I'm going to take them. I'm going to take them because I need to take some trades today. I'm a little behind. 377.
So,
behind.
So if, quick question, when the Euro USD reaches the 420, is that something that one can take, or we still got to wait till the 400 mark?
Euro USD?
Yeah, you know how it has that little streak in it. I mean, it has the support popping up at 420. Is that something one can take?
Let me see this real quick. 377 is ringing an alarm, okay? Let's see where it is. The timing is not right. It's kind of kissing, but it's the opposite direction. So we might be able to take this at the hour, you guys. Maybe it's gonna have gone. We might be able to take USD JPY by the hour. It's the currency strength are too close, but we might be able to take it on the hour. The hour is usually not the best, but we might be able to take this trade. Okay, go ahead, Rose. You were saying about Euro USD?
Yeah, you know how it has, if you go back to the hourglass, it has that little support line on 420 at the 420 mark. Right there.
420 mark. 420 mark. Oh, this one. Yeah.
Can one still take it at that?
You know, you could probably do it, but you know what I trust the most is TradingView. So let's go see if TradingView is also showing us that support and how strong that support is. So we're looking at like you'd say 423-ish, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Let's go see what it's saying there. Yeah, that's good spotting right there. Okay, the first thing we're gonna do is look at the strength to make sure it's still okay. The Euro USD is okay. So I'm gonna go into Euro USD and kind of just see what's happening to it. Okay, 420. It shows 429. Where is 420? Yeah, 420 is nothing here. 423 is a previous resistance, which could be a potential entry point. So 420 is a previous resistance, which could be a potential entry point. Yeah, because previous resistance are potentially entry points for a call. So that could be a good one. So all you have to do now is when it hits the 420 or 423-ish, what you want to do is you want to just make sure that the stochastic is facing up and RSI is facing up, and you have an up arrow with at least a score of, I would say 4 and above, but 3 and above is always nice. And then your currency strength is good. Yeah, that's not a bad entry. That is not a bad entry. You just have to make sure that if you're following what Kenry teaches, then you have all those checked. Coolio. All right, so we have Euro USD is also another entry point, could be 420. But please make sure that you are following the double blessing strategy. Honestly, there's easier ways of taking trades, and you might end up taking more trades, but it doesn't mean that they're accurate. You could easily just follow cash trap and just say, okay, if I see it, you know, going cross up, and the currency strength are favoring me, then I take it. So within the next minute, let's see if we can take Euro USD. See where will we take it? Because the other ones are taking a little bit of time. If we took Euro USD, we'll probably take it at, then we're gonna start the other meeting. Let's see what it is. 377, 361, where is it? Yeah, so 361, 359 area. So let's see what it does, okay? So we're thinking if it gives us an up arrow, we should. And if it's hitting this. Yeah, Cambry ways takes a little bit of time, but it's definitely the right way to do it. So 359, if this thing gives us, and I don't know if it will, it gives us like a 359 area, 360, then we can take that trade. And if stochastic and RSI are facing up, I'm going to be taking it. What time is it? It's about an hour, right? The hour is risky, man.
You said 3 what?
It looks like it's a, yeah, I didn't get there. It didn't get there. And plus, it's not even facing up. And you see how it has, you could convert. You see how it's already red by itself? You could flip it, but you see how stochastic is not facing up. It's just kissing it and it's flat. It's not cross up. Oh, now it's a cross up. Now you can take it. Take it, take it, take it. Take it, take it, take it. You're still gonna take it in the demo, right? Take it in the demo. Hurry, 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 hurry. I can't open mine. I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take it. Come on, open up. All right, 369. Is it coming to 316? Yeah, it's coming. Come on, open up. All right, I'm gonna take this demo. I'm at 362 on my VidForex. Oh no, it's frozen. There you go. Okay. I ended up at 360. So let me show you. So we said this was a very good trade. So 360 is where we ended. And what did we say on the thing? How do I get back to that? I'm gonna minimize this real quick. This is a very good on the hour. So let's see what we did, right? Okay. So Rose actually got it, right? So we see we were looking for 359. Did we say 359? You see where my purple line is? 359 is where we say to take it, right? My broker went to 360. And all we were looking for is confirmation. This candle started out as red, but we were just looking for cross up. And the currency strength was okay. See that? Currency strength was okay. On TradingView, we marked out 360. You see that? On TradingView, we marked 360. So it actually aligned very well with TradingView. And that's how you take a perfect trade. And the reason why it's working out is because it is on the hour. The hour is risky, but it still works out. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go see where our trade is, if I can find it. My God, I have so many screens open. I can't find anything. I cannot find anything. So, and then now we're about to clear. There goes your trade.
Is Euro USD preparing for a call?
Euro USD, let's look. So you see, did you see what happened with that? So we won UJ. It took us a little bit of time, but we won UJ. So I do see the new people, the prospects are here. So I'm gonna convert this call very quickly, but I can look for Euro USD. We need to talk to the new people and hi, Carol.
I cleared.
Cleared, yes. You made money?
Made some money.
Made some money, me too.
Finally, yeah.
Yeah, I should have totally taken that in my live trade, in my live account. Yeah, that was a really good trade. It cleared really good. So let's look at Euro USD, and then I gotta start this other call real quick. Yeah. That was good. That was a good one. That was a good one. And we nailed it, right? 361, 361, 359, and we ended up at 360.
Actually got him at the 362.
362 is where you took it? Yeah. So this is just a matter. These other ones are just a matter of coming. And so let's look at Euro USD. Euro USD. What was your entry point? Was it Victor that just spoke?
Yeah, I'm just still looking at it right
Okay.
now, but
What
it's,
are you? Okay.
my entry point was 429.
Oh yeah, this is a good trade, Victor. In fact, I'm gonna take it with you right now. At 24. If I took this, I would take it at 420. You know what? I am okay. In terms of timing, it's off. Because it's 8:06. So you're a little past your time because we only take it at hourly. But honestly, this looks like a good trade. Let me just triple confirm on Euro USD on here. We have an entry point of 429, about maybe 429. 429 would be a good entry, which it is. I'm gonna take this. So it's risky. Is it risky? Yes. Why? Because it's on timing. I'm taking this one. It's risky, so I'm gonna use low risk because it's off of our time, right? I hope he hasn't left yet. And then we're gonna get started. It looks like volume is picking up now. It looks like our call should be like at 9 o'clock instead of 7. Okay, was this call beneficial? Should we continue doing these calls? Comment in the chat, please. Because this is a good hour of our life.
Yeah, I actually cleared that Euro USD.
Awesome. Yeah, I think I'm too late. Still gonna try to see if I can get it. So we had 2 clears. We had a clear from, you guys are getting it. I'm excited. Yeah, it's gone too far for me. Right now it's at 435, but I would have taken it when Victor called it out. It's risky, yeah, it's risky. The strengths are too close to each other. It's after the hour, but it's still potential entry. Okay. It still says 5. Man, this is so tempting, but I'm not gonna take it. Man, when I was brand new, I would take this and then I'll be like, oh my God, I lost money.
I know, right?
Coming down with vengeance. Oh my God, it's coming down like crazy. All right, you guys. So I need to convert this call to the next call, and I'm so glad we were able to do this. I'm gonna stop the recording and stop the thing. Thank you so much for everybody that is coming here to see the pure madness we ran into, which is a good thing.
Thank you.
Thank you, you guys. I really hope this was helpful.
I cleared on both